Hello and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great news program for this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. When we went through the Arlington County government website to access COVID information, we saw the following message. On October 24th, 2022, VDH made changes to simplify and streamline some of the COVID-19 dashboards. More information about the changes are in the news release and on the website changelog. The news release announced that 3 of the data sources have been discontinued. Fortunately for this program, we did not rely on those sources. The Virginia Department of Health page still provided the following data for the Arlington District as of October 26, 2022, reported cases over all time 60,365. Unfortunately, that was less than the 60,871 cases reported as of October 19th. As for vaccinations, the VDH site shows that 200,527 people over the age of 5 have received at least 1 dose of the COVID vaccine as of October 26th. Unfortunately, that was less than the 220,791 vaccinations reported as of October 19th. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations. Arlington Mill Community Center, that's located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, that's located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. In addition, free Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines are available for children as young as 6 months by appointment only. For more information, consult the Arlington County website. Arlington County is considering amending ordinances to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages during special events at 2 public parks, Long Bridge Park and Penrose Square. The National Landing Business Improvement District expressed support for the change in a recent email promoting a survey. According to the email, having the ability to serve beer and wine during county-approved special events at Long Bridge Park, just like Gateway Park does currently in Roslyn, is critical to our success in bringing diverse entertainment options to our district. The message went on to state that the change would help the Business Improvement District to bring world-class programming and major events to Long Bridge Park, including a signature event for the National Cherry Blossom Festival. According to County staff member Adam Seidel-Moss, both of these sites were designed to be event venues and currently host a variety of events where alcohol would be a complement, including concerts, movie nights, and festivals. In fact, both locations have closed off streets or easements nearby for their events to include alcohol. In 2016, Arlington had asked locals what they thought of alcohol sales in public spaces in general when the county was updating its public spaces master plan, which went on to state, nearly 60% of survey respondents indicated that they would be supportive of the sale of food and beverages, at least on a temporary basis, in parks and public spaces. This rises to over 60% when asked about the sale of food and beverages in the county's high-density corridors or certain designated parks and plazas. Based on the support data from 2016, the updated parks plan recommends the following alcohol sales at more parks. The Arlington County government website recently posted a news item. Extracts follow. Arlington County officials, representatives from the state and regional transportation agencies, and business organizations broke ground to mark the beginning of the construction on the Army-Navy Drive Complete Street project. The Army-Navy Drive Complete Street project will enhance transportation facilities for all road users on a key 1.2-mile segment between the Pentagon City and Crystal City neighborhoods by delivering safety and access improvements. These include widened sidewalks, shorter pedestrian crossings, a two-way curb-protected cycle track, and additional segments of dedicated bus lanes that will form part of the transitway extension to Pentagon City. The project is being funded primarily through a partnership with the Federal Highway Administration, FHWA, Federal Lands Access Program, and the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority, NVTA. Army-Navy Drive will eventually deliver 2 blocks of dedicated bus lanes for the transitway extension to Pentagon City between the Pentagon City Metro Rail Station to the future Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority Metro Bus facility at the Pentagon. It will extend Metroway service to the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. It will also support connectivity between Pentagon City and Columbia Pike on the Metrobus 16 series routes. The cycle track will connect Pentagon City and the Aurora Highlands neighborhoods to the future Crystal City bike network. It is designed to accommodate bike riders of all levels to access the Mount Vernon Trail and the future Long Bridge bike and pedestrian bridge to Washington, D.C. Construction for the Army-Navy Drive Complete Street project is anticipated to be completed by the summer of 2025.
Arlington County has released their leaf collection schedule for the year 2022. The starting dates are considered tentative based on weather and other factors. The 2022 Second Pass schedule for runs in December is to be posted after it's been determined. Here is the First Pass schedule. From November 14th to 16th, Alcova Heights, Arlington Mill, Arlington View, Ballston, Virginia Square, Boulevard Manor, Clarendon Courthouse, Colonial Village, Columbia Heights, Dominion Hills, Forest Glen, Foxcroft Heights, Glen Carlin, John M. Langston, Long Branch Creek, Green Valley, also known as Knock, North Highlands, North Roslyn, Radnor, Fort Myer Heights, and Waycroft Woodlawn. From November 16th through 19th, Aurora Highlands, Claremont, Douglas Park, Glebewood, Highland Park, Overley Knolls, Leeway Overley, Madison Manor, Old Dominion, Penrose, Waverly Hills, and Westover Village. From November 19th through November 23rd, Ashton Heights, Barcroft, Bluemont, Cherrydale, Cherry Valley Nature Area, Lyon Park, Lyon Village, Stafford, Albemarle, Glebe, and Terra Leeway Heights. From November 23rd through November 28th, and by the way, there will be no collection on November 24th, which is Thanksgiving. Arlington East Falls Church, Arlington Forest, Arlington Heights, Arlington Ridge, Arlingwood, Buckingham, Chain Bridge, Columbia Forest, Dover Crystal, Rivercrest, Riverwood, and Yorktown. From November 28th through December 2nd, Bellevue Forest, Donaldson Run, Gulf Branch Country Club Hills, Maywood, Old Glebe, Rock Springs, Williamsburg, and Woodmont. A reminder, they only want you to report a missed route after it's been labeled completed on the progress map, and you can do that by calling 703-228-5000. You can also learn more about leaf collection. Another note, unscheduled leaf vacuum trucks at times conduct cleanup in neighborhoods between passes. Next up, we have results from the Marine Corps Marathon. Kyle B. King has won. The 33-year-old maintained a mile-per-hour pace of 5 minutes and 20 seconds and finished in 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 19 seconds. King had only a 1 minute 49 second differential at the 30K mark over his nearest competitor, but he managed a strong finish for a final margin of nearly 3.5 minutes. Jonathan D. Mott finished in second place in 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 46 seconds. Ryan E. Edvadia finished third in 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 35 seconds. Among the women, Chelsea Baker from the United Kingdom had the fastest time in 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 37 seconds. She had a mile-per-hour pace of 6 minutes, 13 seconds for the race. Kara D. Sherman finished in second place in 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 4 seconds, which was about 4.5 minutes behind Baker. Bonnie Keating finished in third place by a much smaller margin at 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 43 seconds. Finally in the news, we received the following announcement from the Columbia Pike Artist Studios. And we quote, "We are delighted to open our doors to the public on November 12th and 13th. 23 artists across a variety of media will open their studios with works for sale in a range of prices. We are looking forward to seeing you." Unquote. The studios are located at 932 South Walter Reed Drive, and visiting hours are from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. That's enough news for this week. Now it's time for Community Bulletin Board, or CBB.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Our first CBB event is for families with kids aged 8 and up. It's called Fall Leaf Letterbox Trail. Letterboxing is a low-tech version of geocaching, and that's solving clues and following directions to find hidden caches. You'll follow a trail of clues to learn about the leaves falling all around you this season. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-852-S, and that's on Tuesday, November 8th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 Military Road. Our next CBB event is for kids aged 8 to 12. It's called Pre-Colonial Native American Games. In pre-colonial times, young hunters would hone their skills with games to prepare themselves for survival. Here's a chance for the kids to test themselves with spear throwing, relay races in the woods, and other challenges. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-922-C. That's on Tuesday, November 8th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Our next event is for families. Join in for some fun at the park. You can meet a naturalist or historian at a neighborhood park where you'll learn about the nature and history of Arlington. The staff person may bring hands-on learning items, artifacts, or activities. The event will be canceled in case of rain. That's on Wednesday, November 9th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at Tuckahoe Park, 2400 North Sycamore Street. Our next CBB event is called Champion Tree Bike Ride. It's mostly for adults, but teens aged 12 and up can come along as long as they are accompanied by a registered adult. It's a chance to marvel at some of Arlington's most spectacular trees while riding. The pace will be leisurely over mostly level paved pathways with stops along the way at points of natural and environmental interest. Participants should bring their own bike along with water, snacks, and a repair kit. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-842-E, and that's on Saturday, November 12th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 North Military Road. Our final CBB event is for kids aged 5 to 12. It's called Life in the Leaf Litter. The kids will rustle through the leaf litter in search of insects, roly-polies, and other invertebrates. They'll also find out what other animals search the leaf litter for food and learn about the tools that scientists use to find invertebrates in the leaf litter. You can register online through the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-952-DD. That's on Saturday, November 12th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 Military Road. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. Our first event is called Singles Night. It seems that November 8th is National Singles Day, and that's not just about folks who like to carry small bills. It's an invitation for folks who are single and ready to mingle, to make friends and celebrate with music, games, and fun in a casual environment. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-890-03. And that's on Tuesday, November 8th from 6:30 to 8 o'clock p.m. at Walter Reed Community Center, 2909 16th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, indoor air quality. This is a chance to become a smarter renter or homeowner and learn about mold, common indoor pollutants, and healthier cleaning products from a Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Natural Resource Volunteer. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-401-03, and that's on Tuesday, November 8th from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Lubber Run 55 Plus Center, 300 North Park Drive. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, it's another cooking demonstration. Fall is here, and that means the return of some delicious seasonal fruits and vegetables, including apples, pears, raspberry, eggplants, pumpkins, parsnips, and much more. Join Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Food Volunteers to learn fun new ways to use your favorite fall ingredients and get some tasty recipe ideas for the holidays. This time the event is called Preparing Parsnips. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-501-05, and that's on Thursday, November 10th from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon at Langston Brown Community Center, 2121 North Culpeper Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Our next event is called Union Soldiers at Fredericksburg. Who were the brave Union soldiers who fought against insurmountable odds at the Battle of Fredericksburg? Joseph Stahl and Matthew Borders, authors of Faces of Union Soldiers at Fredericksburg, will reveal never-before-seen images of 30 Union soldiers, their stories and sacrifices on the bullet-swept Fredericksburg battlefield. The presenter will be appearing on screen via Zoom at the center, or you can watch the live broadcast at home. Just sign up based on your preference. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number for the live version is 911-400-22, and that's on Thursday, November 10th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. at Lubber Run 55 Plus Center, 300 North Park Drive. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. For the virtual version, just use activity number 911-400-23. Alternatively, you could check out something called Foxes of Arlington. Join a naturalist from Long Branch Nature Center for an interactive presentation on the foxes of Arlington. You will learn about the two different types of foxes that live here, how they survive in an urban environment, and what to do if you encounter one. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-400-26. That's on Thursday, November 10th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. at Langston Brown Community Center, 2121 North Culpeper Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
And now some commentary. We will now return to what we call A Tale of Two Parks, Longbridge Park and Penrose Square. When you consider the potential sale of food and alcoholic beverages at Longbridge Park and Penrose Square, there are a few considerations in addition to those explicitly mentioned in the previous messages. One such consideration is litter. Consumable products, both food and beverages, sold at outdoor events are typically disposed of on site. Another consideration is messaging that seems to contradict ongoing messages from the police like, buzzed driving is drunk driving. Another consideration for the sale of alcohol is that of the safe transportation between the two parks after events at which alcohol is sold and consumed. The nearest metro station is nearly a mile from Long Branch Park. The nearest metro station at Roslyn is 2.7 miles from Penrose Park. Long Branch Park has some large parking facilities, although they often charge for parking. On the other hand, Penrose Park is a residential neighborhood with very little parking. Both locations differ in this regard from the Gateway Park, which already allows the sale of alcoholic beverages. Gateway's parking is limited, but it is only 3 blocks from the Roslyn Metro Station, and this tends to discourage alcohol-affected driving, as opposed to the safer subway. However, the biggest consideration is probably money. The email from the National Landing Business Improvement District said the change would, quote, help bring world-class programming and major events to Longbridge Park, unquote. One way that major events can be financed is through sponsorships from national manufacturers of beer and wine. It is only logical that such manufacturers would prefer to sponsor events at which their products are available for sale. PepsiCo is another big sponsor, and their subsidiary products include snacks like potato chips. Once again, it's easier to obtain sponsorship for an event at which consumption of the sponsor's products is allowed. Arlingtonians may also want to consider the prices typically charged at such events and ask themselves if it's all really worth it.
And that concludes our program for this week. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.